Welcome to the Secret Sauce of Outsourcing podcast that's dedicated to making you better at outsourcing to the Philippines. This is episode 344, Paid Time Off and Benefits Questions Answered. So I got an email from Daniel asking for more information about PTO and benefits. And I'm going to give some answers here, and then I'm going to give you where you can get more. You can get the full story because I'm not going to cover it all in this podcast. So Daniel has a growing team of OFS. He asked me these questions because he wanted to make sure that the benefits that he was providing was fair for everybody involved. So these are the same answers I gave him. I'm going to give them to you, including his questions. So he says, number one, PhilHealth, SSS, and Pag-ibig Fund are all government programs. If the employee is paying for these, is it paid on a monthly basis? Do you in turn reimburse the employee on a monthly basis? Is the reimbursed amount just for them or their dependents? So here's my answer to that. These government programs, SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, are paid on a quarterly basis, so they pay them quarterly and we reimburse them quarterly. The reimbursed amount is just for them. On these programs, children and people over 65 can be combined onto one person's Pag-ibig, SSS, and PhilHealth. So Filipinos don't pay more for their kids and elderly parents. Next question. Private HMO plans seem to be more popular as well, but it seems these are paid annually for the most part. Do you require your employee to pay for an annual premium first and then reimburse them for the whole year's premium at once? Is there any requirement for that to be repaid if they quit in a certain time frame? So my answer, yes. I require them to pay the annual premium all at once, and we reimburse that all at once. If they quit or let go within that year, then I don't require them to pay it back. Now, the reason is because that almost never happens. I think it's only happened to us once, where someone left after we had paid those premiums. It's just not that big of a deal to me. His third question. Lastly, for PTO, we are offering 10 days vacation and 5 days sick time. We have this set up on an accrual basis, similar to how we treat our US staff. But I've heard some feedback that in the Philippines it is less common to require the contractors to accrue the PTO versus simply offering it every year and they can use it on whatever schedule they need. Thoughts on this? So yeah, accrual isn't common in the Philippines. But if it's a system that you're comfortable with, your OFS will adapt and they won't mind. Just having a job that offers any PTO is more important to them than how it's implemented. Now, typically in the Philippines, they require someone to have worked for 3 months or 6 months or a year before any of these benefits are offered at all. So that's a little bit different than in the US, where benefits typically start immediately. In the Philippines, they require a certain amount of time before the benefits start to kick in. Okay, so now let me give you two other things that you can look at. So for paid time off, I talk about that at OnlineJobs.ph/holidays, where we talk about holidays and paid time off because those are similar things. So OnlineJobs.ph/holidays is really a comprehensive guide to how we handle and how other people handle paid time off and Philippines holidays, which there's a lot of them. Next, OnlineJobs.ph/benefits is a document that we created that covers all of the potential benefits that you could offer to someone in the Philippines. In the document, right at the beginning, we say, look, every one of these is optional, but here's the most important one. If you're going to offer one, here it is. If you're going to offer two, here's the second most important. Here's the third most important. And it goes down the list. That guide is pretty comprehensive. And if you're interested in benefits, OnlineJobs.ph/benefits. Another thing that this is completely outside, but something that people are interested in, OnlineJobs.ph/taxes is how we handle our team in the Philippines on our taxes. Now, we're in the US, but so far, I've only talked to thousands of people around the world. I've never seen it handled any other way. It is a simple deduction on your taxes. It's super duper simple. So OnlineJobs.ph/holidays, OnlineJobs.ph/benefits, OnlineJobs.ph/taxes.